Aloha friends! Today is one of my favorite creatures, but it's not an Arctic creature, it's an Antarctic creature. And if you guessed a penguin, you're correct. Did you know that penguins do not live at the North Pole? So there's a North Pole and a South Pole. And at the North Pole, the top of the world, the polar bears live. And at the bottom of the world, the South Pole is where the penguins live. So in real life, a penguin and a polar bear would never, ever meet. They would only meet at a zoo, but they would never meet in real life. So top of the world is for the polar bears, and the bottom of the world at the South Pole, or the Antarctic, is where the penguins live. So today we're gonna learn a little bit about penguins. And I thought you would think it was cool if I showed you some things that penguins are really good at. First of all, look at this picture. These are all penguins. Penguins live together. It's how they survive. And this is called a penguin colony. They all live together. And one of the things they do to survive the really, really cold winters at the South Pole is they huddle together. And then they rotate where they are in the huddle. Another thing is penguins have really amazing eyesight. They can see really, really clear underwater and in the land. And with their big flippers, they're excellent swimmers and they're really fast. The problem is they cannot fly, but they can swim fast and dive deep. They just can't fly. And they have another really thick layer of blubber. And so here's a penguin, and they are really camouflaged in the water. So the white, when you look up from underwater and you look up and you see their white belly, it looks at the sky like the sky. And when you're looking down in the water in the black, well, when you look down in the water, it's nice and dark. So the top of the penguin, it camouflages. So even penguins camouflage. That's why most of them have white bellies and black on top. And another cool thing is their dark feathers have this oily blend on them. And so it helps to protect them. So they have thick blubber, but they also have oily oil on their feathers. And we're gonna do a little science experiment real quick. So I have a picture of a penguin, and all I did is I took a marker and I colored it in marker. And then what you're gonna do is you're going to either take a crayon and color on the side that says, there's a side that says Vaseline and no Vaseline. Well, I got it mixed up because I was looking at it backwards. So this side I colored with a crayon, and so the crayon represents the oils. Another thing is if you have chapstick, you could put chapstick on just half of it. And so what happens is when I spray this with water, you're going to see that the side without the Vaseline or the wax from the crayon, well, if it doesn't have that on there, you're gonna see what happens. The water gets in and the penguin could get cold, but the side that has the oil, like real penguins, well, it doesn't get cold. So let's test out this theory and see. So I'm gonna get it nice and wet, and oh, look, the side without the Vaseline, look, all of it's kind of bleeding through, meaning like it would have gotten wet. But this side over here, you can see, oh, look, there's that stuff that I spread on it. It's not actually bleeding through, it stayed dry. So pretty cool about a penguin. So we're gonna do some labeling. So the first sounds and penguin parts. So let's take a look. Right here, we have a bill. Can you guys say bill? Bill. Tell me the first sound in bill. So like we've practiced, the first sound in bill is B. So right where the bill is, I'm gonna write the letter that makes the B sound, which is the letter B. Now we're not gonna do all these words, but we're gonna do some of them. Okay, now let's look. This is a flipper. Tell me the first sound in flipper. What do you think it is? What's the first sound in flipper? That's right, is the first sound in flipper. Now the letter that makes the sound is the letter F. So I'm gonna write the letter F. Okay, now the next one It's pointing to its toes. So tell me the first sound in toes. What is it? The first sound in toes is T. So what letter makes T? The letter T. Good job. Okay, and the last one we're gonna do is belly. This is its belly. So tell me the first sound in belly. What did you say? B. The first sound in belly is B. So I'm gonna write the letter that makes the B sound, which is the letter B. And that's all we're gonna do for labeling today. Now, I have one last thing, and I'd love for you to read with me. So penguins can move, and can is a sight word that we've talked about. Penguins can move. And so let's see how penguins move. And I'm gonna show you a little bit closer, and it's the words in the blue. Penguins can. Now look at this picture. It looks like it's swimming, but the word starts with the letter D. D, D, D. Can you think of something else that penguins can do that starts with D? So this word is dive. So I wouldn't say swim because it doesn't start with an S. It starts with a D, so I'm gonna say dive. Penguins can dive. Now I'm gonna look at the next box. It looks like the penguin's in the water. And so I'm gonna read, penguins can, what do you think that says? It starts with an S, and look, it ends in a swim. So when I cross-check, it looks like the penguin's swimming, but that word also starts with the letter S. Okay, let's look over here. Now, can a penguin fly? No, a penguin can't fly. Let's read. Penguins can, it starts with a P. In fact, P-O-P, we can tap this word out. Let's tap it together. Ah, let's try it. Ah, pa, pop. What's that word? Pop. Penguins can pop. That means they swim really, really, really fast, and then they go pop right out of the water and onto the ice. Here's our last sentence, and the penguin is on its belly. So let's look. Penguins can, and it starts with an S. What do you think he's doing? He's laying on his belly, and it starts with an S. It looks like slide. Penguins can slide. And one fun fact about penguins, there's lots of different types. And this is a child who is 7 years old, and she's as tall as an emperor penguin. But look how little some of these penguins get. So there's all different types of penguins. All right, my friends, I hope you had fun learning about penguins today. And remember, the penguins and the polar bears don't live together. One of them lives at the top of the world, and the penguins live at the bottom of the world. That's all for today. Bye.